The coffee's terrible, so... No, I'm sorry. Sarah, don't you be sorry.
Hey!
Don't be sorry, are you stupid?
Merry
You're
Christmas, just a
saving
bit of
me.
radio for you.
I know you are. Because I've been worrying. Don't worry. I've just been thinking. Don't...
I'll turn that off for a while. So yeah, at the family house, bit of radio for on the Bush thing. The Bush radio. We've got 2 radios here, even in the family house. There's still radios here. This is my granddad's old Ferguson one. Probably very late 1940s, probably early 1950s. It's really nice. And this one is a retro Bush one. I think it's 1990s, and it's got long wave, medium wave, FM on it, but it's got DAB. So Mum likes Radio 4 Extra, so I bought that so she could get Radio 4 Extra. So that's the radios in this house. Yeah, we've had a great Christmas. Not done many videos on the channel. The cameraman's he's had a flu, so he's been out of it, and he's kind of stayed at his home getting ready for work because he's had the awful flu. So that's why we haven't done a video, kind of walking around the hills and stuff like that. So we just had a chilled Christmas. Here, I can't get much stuff on AM because the house is built next to a bank, like a rock bank, and that kind of blocks the signals. So I can't do my usual flick around the channels that I usually do. So what I thought is I'd do something a little bit different. Hang on. Sorry, drinking my tea. And I'd show you what I got for Christmas. Now here's one of my first Christmas presents. It's don't know if you can see that. It's a Prisoner number 6 mug, and that was from Prisoner Village. My little brother T.E. and my uncle visited Porthmeirion and brought me that back at great expense as well. It's actually Porthmeirion, China, so it's actually made there. So that's pretty cool. So I've got my Christmas sack down here, so we'll see what else is in here. No radios, I'm afraid, but this is what's kept me entertained for the last 4 or 5 days. I've lost track now. The complete Sweeney box set. Yeah, it's very good for watching Mark 1 Jags get wrote off dramatically. Have you noticed the 4 Cortinas never get wrote off? It's always the Mark 1 Jags. And obviously there's a lot of drinking in it, a lot of drinking, a lot of smoking. So as I've not been to the pub for 5 days, that's kind of kept me going. Dear me. Not watched this yet, but my mum got me this because I don't have a TV, but I bought a PS2 for old time's sake, so I've started watching DVDs again. Got a bit of a tickly throat, I'm afraid. So I've got Open All Hours as well. Someone's got me that. So we got a bit of a Granville. I've not gone there. And another DVD I got was Early Doors. If you never watched Early Doors, it's really good. You can look it up on YouTube before you actually buy it or anything like that. But Early Doors was like before the royal family, and it's kind of based around pubs like Stockport, Manchester Way, or like the Robinsons pubs that were like, can you remember them? They were all yellow with cigarette stains down the wall, pretty basic. But it runs you through all the kind of characters that would have been in those kind of places, and that in those places in like the kind of the 80s, 90s. That's really good to watch, but you have to be in the mood. I've not watched that. You really do have to be in the mood to watch that one. See what else I've got. Yeah, Mum's made sure I've got vitamin D and K2 because you're up north. You do need your vitamin D, it keeps you healthy. That's in a spray instead of a tablet. Because I'm fed up of getting them in the morning. I do my vitamin C, I do my cod liver oil, and then I do my vitamin D. It has to have K2 with it, else it doesn't work. So this is a spray, it'll be quicker when I go to work. So that's another thing I got for Christmas. Sorted nuts. I've ate all the chocolates already, actually. So I've I've only got the nuts left. And these two things were from, apparently these from the Science and Industry Museum in Manchester. If you've never been to the Science and Industry Museum in Manchester, it's really worth a go. It's kind of based at where one of the first public railway stations was, so you can find out the history of railways and steam and electrification and all that. But it also does science in general. You know, if you want to learn about radio or how different things was discovered. Now, the Science and Industry Museum is in a really industrial setting, and it's really good to go to, and it's a good day out, so you'll find something interesting, and the kids will like it as well. It's very underrated. People should visit it more. So these two books came from there. There's one called Radio, and it's actually printed by the Science Museum. I don't know who the author is yet. It's David Hendley. He's a professor of media and culture. Now, it's quite an interesting book, and I'm going to read this because I'm dyslexic, so I don't read a hell of a lot of books. They have to be very factual for me to read. I read a lot of autobiographies, but this is quite good because it goes through radio as a medium, and it's got a simplified version of how radio works in the front of it, which I've been looking for a while. So I'm going to read that because, as I've always said on this channel, if you want to find out how radio works, it's very complicated. Go to another channel because I know the basics, but I'm not as good as other people. But maybe I'll be a bit more filled in after that. So that's something else I got for Christmas. And I've got a light ring for my phone, so if I'm in a room, it kind of levels the light out. So this video is done with a light ring around my phone. So I don't know how it's turned out until I watch it, but it should do a more even display of light instead of shadows and stuff. It should be better. So it'd be interesting to see how this video turns out. Here's another book I've got, The Remarkable Tale of Radio 1. And I never kind of listened to Radio 1 a hell of a lot when I was a kid. It was more Atlantic 252. But yeah, everyone. It wasn't until probably mid-90s when they changed the format, because they changed the format and thought they messed it up. Got rid of some of the old DJs. There's a YouTube documentary called Blood on the Tracks. If you watch that, it's quite good. And there was a lot of DJs on there that they decided they were a bit too old to be on a station that was supposed to be for the young, and it caused World War II. So yeah, the early 90s were a bit squiffy, Radio 1, until mid-late it kind of rejuvenated itself quite a lot, and it had rap and what do you call it? It got more modern. And then it split again a little bit, because then we ended up with 1Xtra, because the stuff that 1Xtra does they only used to do at night, but there was a case of it to have a medium all the time, so that's how 1Xtra came about. And also, it couldn't, if it got rid of all the pirate radio stations in the cities, which in the 90s they really did do, there was no excuse that certain musical genres were being forgotten, because you had Radio 1 and you had 1Xtra that kind of covered most of it. So yeah, that's why 1Xtra is there. So that'll be a good read. As you know, when you get to nearly 50, you don't get many Christmas presents. So here's the last ones left. I got a nice M&S voucher for my Auntie Hazel again, like I do every Christmas. Thank you very much for that, Auntie Hazel. And then I've got the must that will keep me going to next year. 5 pairs of fresh socks. Mum says Father Christmas brought that, but I think she did actually. Thermal socks, which It'll be good for when I go to work early in the morning. Yeah, and undercrackers. So yeah, I get those every year, and they keep me going for a year. Well, yeah, they do. So I can have my cull now. So the ones that are getting a little bit, they can go in January. The new ones can be installed. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video, and we'll do some more radio videos when I get to my house, because I've got the aerial there and stuff like that. So we'll do more in the new year. Here I can't really get, I can get FM, I can get DAB, but I haven't really got a table to sit on, and I can't get anything on AM because of the bank, as I said, at the back. So we'll do more in the new year, and that's about it really. So I think I'm going to go Christmas Eve. I think I might be having a bit of a walk around Morecambe Bay, and I might have a bit more walking around Cumbria, because that's where I am over Christmas. So I keep putting things on my shorts. I went to the lovely village of Cartmel. It's spelled Cartmel, but pronounced Cartmel. It's a bit like Heysham is. Heysham is pronounced Heysham, but spelled Heysham. These Northerners, I don't half like to confuse you, but there you go. I still keep calling Heysham. No one's killed me yet. So yeah, there's a lot of shorts I've put on with that. That's a lovely little village, and it's definitely worth a visit if you're near it. So it's kind of near, it's not far away from Grange-over-Sands. So if you're near Grange-over-Sands and you're looking for somewhere to go that's not too far away, Cartmel is worth a visit. So yeah, it's New Year in, is it a day's time? So what are your New Year's resolutions? Have you got any New Year's resolutions? Let us know under the comments. Mine is try and crack not smoking. I've done a lot better this year. I've done like half vaping, half smoking, but the smoking needs to go. The problem is it tastes so good with a pint, doesn't it? So, but that's my New Year's resolution, to try and kind of hammer that down, because yeah, I really need to. So that's my New Year's resolution. I don't know if there's going to be a video before New Year, so I'll just wish you a happy New Year, just in case you don't see me before. And keep an eye on the shorts, because I'll keep doing a few over the next couple of days. Yes, happy New Year, and I hope you have a peaceful and prosperous one, as they say. See you soon, guys.